welcome back to the MotorFab YouTube channel. I had a super exciting video planned for you guys today. We were going to be testing at Thunder Valley Drag Strip Raceway Park, whatever it's called, in Oklahoma, in the Torana. I've booked in for the biggest, by far the biggest race of my life. It's going to be huge. We'll tell you more about that as it gets closer. And I really need to get my butt out and do some testing. So I've been working really hard on the car, ironing out like little things and just making little adjustments, mainly just going over data and learning about the car because it is so new and we haven't done the passes yet. So learning and logging and doing all that stuff. So I was really excited. Finally got a chance to test, which would have been today in today's video. But then worked on the car late last night, went home, few hours sleep, and here we are. The tornado sirens woke me up at 5 a.m. They were extremely loud. Extremely loud. The tornado was really small and it was nothing to worry about at all, but the sirens make it sound like something horrific was going to happen. It was a mild storm at best in the end. You know, there was no damage or anything like that, but gosh, that when that siren goes off, you are not sleeping through that. And it's crazy that they go across the whole county. Like it's really, I haven't seen what they look like yet or where that noise comes from, but now I want to because I'm intrigued how it makes so much noise. But nonetheless, I got up and did the appropriate due diligence, checked on the live. They have like live pages and stuff where you can check the movement of the tornado. It passed pretty quick from where I'm at and moved south into a less populated area, which is generally what they seem to do. And so no damage was done, no one was hurt. It was a very, very small tornado. It was just a shock for me to hear that noise at 5 a.m. But unfortunately, all the rain that came with the tornado has washed out the drag strip and they have canceled testing for today. So that canceled all my YouTube plans and all my fun. So we're just going to spend the day going over the car and continuing to learn the car and get ready to make this thing go really fast. So hopefully in the next week or two, we are able to get some testing off of this thing. I really need to. Yet again, we have a change of plan. The tornadoes are hit or miss. We don't know what's happening with weather. It's very unpredictable weather. The good thing is, I think there's 7 tracks within a few hours of here. So I've jumped on Google and I've had a look and I've found a little gem. Sallisaw, the town of Sallisaw, it used to be called Sallisaw Outlaw Drag Strip, but Marcus Willsey bought the track about 4 years ago. He spent 3 years getting through all the legalities and stuff to get it up and running again, and it's been up and running for about 12 months. I'm told it is a no prepped track. It is a street style race thing. I don't know how good or bad that's going to be, but I just need to be able to go A to B and make some passes. So it's about a 2.5 hour drive from here. The other tracks keep changing because they can't predict the weather, obviously. This track has actually changed and reset a couple of times now. We were going to run Friday, then we're going to run Saturday. Now it's Sunday and we're going to run Sunday. So we're going out there, we're going to run. It's predicted to be very hot and very steamy, but yeah, we've got to learn to run on all surfaces, so we're going to go out there and give it a try.
strip. There it is right there on the sign. There you go. I don't know if you can see that. H is going to get mad at me for wearing a hat on the telly, so I look goofy. That's alright. It is so hot here, so humid. Had a lot of rain, and these guys decided they're going to open the track anyway, so it's sticky, sweaty, hot weather. And the track's greasy too. So made pass one. I didn't know what to expect. They do not prep this track. They don't even spray it, nothing. It is a street race track. It is just how a street would be. We'll go for a walk down it later and have a look. So I didn't know what to expect, so I just treated it like it was first round chip draw and I had to win. But I think I forgot to turn the draggy on, so I don't actually know what it ran, but it was pretty good. A lot of people coming over here and telling me how insane the thing sounds and how fast it goes. So I think it was reasonably quick for here. I had to pedal it a lot, but I have just tidied up the tune, made it faster earlier and slower later, and we're going to see if we can battle the heat and get down. They literally don't do anything to the track. It's just relying on other cars doing burnouts to get it to come around, and when it's so hot, so humid, I don't know if it will come around. But it's good practice, getting to know. Good practice getting to know every kind of surface. This is definitely like a street surface here. They've told me like a 580 is a respectable number here. So if I can go 550, I'll be happy. But let's just see how we go. Let's go for pass two. I'm all good. All right. Thanks, man. Oh, fuck, it's hot. What's the boss think about back and back after you spin?
Do what?
What's the boss think about back and back after you've spun? Anything goes. Well, we're back. I guess I would consider that a successful test session. We went slower than any other time we've taken the car out, but we made some really good friends. I made some really good friends at there because I went out on my own. H had to shoot back to California. Everyone else I know in Oklahoma has gone to Ohio or something for another famous race or something. Everyone's on the move here all the time, so I was a bit worried because I've never run a car on my own, and so I was like, well, I need to test. Got some big races coming up, but I don't know how I'll go try and turn a car around on my own and do all that sort of stuff, because my family and everyone that helps is an amazing help. It really makes things come together. But I went out there, didn't know anyone. I definitely haven't seen too many Australians down these country parts of the Midwest, but everyone was like super accommodating, and massive shout out to the Copeland family. Jason Copeland the father, Garrett Copeland the son, they both ran their cars out there. They helped me, they lined me up, they helped me with everything, they helped me pack the trailer, they were super helpful. They invited me out for dinner afterwards, which is why I'm doing this video on the shop, because I didn't want to delay anyone any more than I had to and try to film. So I went out, we had some Mexican, and I made some really substantial friendships that'll last a long time to come. So I'm really happy about that. It really helped me get the day done, and they were super good at lining me up, so that's always a good thing on a tricky track. So moving right along, we didn't go all that fast, but we went fast for the condition. So Jason Copeland has won the last 9 no prep events in a row out there at Willsey Outlaw drag strip. He's the guy to beat. And he was so helpful. He didn't mind sharing any help he could for me to get down track, and he really strongly invited me out to the one, even though he said you probably got to beat me, but he just wants to see me do well. So I really appreciate that. Super nice family. So I shared my data with Jason, and he said, yeah, I probably, if I want to go out there and run the shootout, which is actually this weekend coming, he said I would probably have it in the bag with the passes that I ran. I was a little disappointed that I didn't get a full pass without pedaling it. I still haven't. It's my job as a tuner. The car is not, with those big 88s on it, it is not set up for, well, drop the camera, street racing, stuff like that. They haven't sprayed the track for 4 years or something. They don't. It's a street race setup. It is just what the concrete comes at you. It's concrete for 60 foot in one lane and about 100 foot in the other lane, and then it turns to asphalt or bitumen. And it is tricky. It's bumpy. The groove is narrow. But the thing that caught me out was the concrete. The 60 foot starts slippery, but it gets sticky. And I just couldn't get my head around putting that much power in it on the hit. And it turned out that was what was creating my problem. I wasn't getting enough wheel speed early. So I say problem, but I was running numbers that'd be very, very competitive out there. So I only got 3 passes. Everyone was very impressed out there at how quick I was able to adapt and learn a track like that. Their motto, if you look on their Facebook page, is if you can get down this track, you can get down anything. So I say I successfully got down it pretty okay. 2 big pedals in my fastest pass, but one was because of the bump, and
I think you'll see in some of the videos here, someone shouts out that I could have drove through the first one. And yes, I could have. If there was a car in the other lane and it was for money, I would have driven through it. But in a test situation, it's not worth making something nice and shiny, not shiny no more. So I just got out of it when it started to get a little too much. Got down the track. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that result. I learned a bit of stuff about the converter and how it's working and what it's doing and stuff like that. I learned some more stuff with boost control. Give me 2 more shots of that track and I'll run a number, I'd say, for that track. But 3 hits is, your first one's conservative, and then your last one's a little less conservative, and then the third one's like, I think I'm going for it, and then turns out you weren't going for it. You could have gone faster. That's just the way it is in drag racing. So we will fix to test on something a little closer to what we're going to be racing on up and coming events. But I'm still glad I got that data, and I'm still glad, more than anything, I'm glad I met the people out there. Like I said, I'll probably be friends for life, and I'm keen to get back out there. They really wanted me to go back for the shootout this weekend, but 2.5 hour drive. It's a whole heap of data and racing on a track that I'm probably not going to race on anything like that similar anytime soon. But if we get some up and coming legal street races, I would definitely be out there testing for sure. That is the place to do it. So yeah, great time had. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget, like and subscribe, and stay tuned. We have a lot more Torana action coming, and we've got some other big things coming too, so keep your eye out for that real soon.